Hello. Today I want to talk about the original Tai Chi practice. This is what I'm calling Wu-Wei training. Wu-Wei training, the reason I'm calling it Wu-Wei training is because Wu-Wei is right at the heart of it, and I think it's probably the easiest thing for you know us Westerners to understand, because if I say it's the Tai Chi practice, people think I'm talking about Tai Chi Chuan, and I'm not talking about Tai Chi Chuan. Wu-Wei sits at the heart of Chinese culture. It's the uncarved block of natural spontaneity, as it were. The two words, taken separately, have meaning. One, Wu, means nothing, yeah, and we can also understand this to be the absence of something, but absence of something is not actually nothing. And Wei means action, led or induced action, as it were. So Wu Wei, I'd like to say it's without limits. Some people think that when they do Wu Wei training, they do it in sitting and they meditate, and some people think they stand. But basically, there is, you could say, there is no position for the Wu Wei practice, but there is an access point for it. If you sit, you sit. If you stand, you stand. But the access point is called Shifang Wu Jidang, which means the 10 position, a Wu Wei point, a Wu Wei position. So what is that? You stand relaxed, and you literally just relax everything, and allow yourself, because it's called Shifang, it's 10 directions. You feel like your body could go in every direction. So that's the from orientation, the 8 directions, and 9, 10 down and up. Yeah. If you take off, be the first one to actually take off, but still they're included. And Shi is the beginning and the end. It's the 1 and the 0. It's also the 10 directions. Yeah, represents being, if you like, prepared to go in 10 directions. So being in your center. Wu Ji. Wu Ji means it's the state which is before Tai Chi. So obviously, when I start the training in that moment, I'm already into the Tai Chi state or the Wu Wei state. But there's no thought. Why is there no thought? Any thought form is if you like, illusion. So there's no actual thought. What is thought? Well, what isn't? Essentially, when you do this practice, if you were to say, you know, how much of the practice is correct, you know, going to Wu Wei, you might be lucky if your first time, you know, would be a fraction of a percent, then you would be lucky. You would, obviously, if you had Daigong, which is when the teacher leads you to a certain place, then you could reach it more, but essentially not through your own ability, through the teacher's gong, his ability. He leads you, he dai, which means to lead. Yeah, he leads you to a place. Would he do that with words? Well, he might do it with words, but essentially what we'd be more interested in is what he did without words, which would be, you could say it's with chi, or, you know, directly, energetically, or, as it were. What are the effects of the Tai Chi training? Well, obviously one of the first effects is healing. You're going back to your original state of strength, your original naturalness, this original robustness. It's said that the Tai Chi training increases the Yuan Qi. when you're born, you have a certain amount of energy, which is your primordial energy, and that sort of comes from the universe. And we take food in and we eat it and poo it out, and we take drink in and everything else. But the if you like, the original fire, yeah, the original flame, that's the primordial energy, as it were. Now, the Chinese believe that as we get older, we lose that. And if you like, in a way, we're sort of losing our constitution over years. You know, an old person doesn't have the constitution of a young person. Now, with Tai Chi, there's the belief that we are living backwards. It's called Nishio, which means practice backwards. It doesn't mean that you're actually going backwards. It means that you're gathering more energy, you're becoming more healthy, more robust, and more vibrant. What it also does, this practice will take you to your next block. Yeah. So if you've got an energy blockage, that's the first thing that's treated, because it's very, very natural, because you're not actually doing things. It's like it is very similar to Zen, because Zen comes from very strongly influenced by the Taoists. It's the waterway. It's a waterway of meditation. So when you practice, whatever your next thing you need to work on is going to come, and it might be a thought, it might be something physical. But then again, when you see that you're trying to do something against it or for it, then you're in Yo-Wei, which is the opposite of Wu-Wei. You're actually with intention. So the idea, as I say, is going to Wu-Wei. How long is the training? Well, it's as long as you actually train. I've heard people sort of saying, well, I've done it for 5 hours. Forcing yourself to train for 5 hours, it's not actually natural. Yeah. It's just the same as, I'm going to have a quick one. Yeah. If you're going in with this sort of mindset, it's also not very natural. Is there a rule about it? Yes, there is no rule about it. The rule is there's no rule about it. If you are out of control, if you like, and don't feel happy, you should always stop. Yeah, the Wu-Wei training, it's like you let go of control, but you have control. Yeah, so it's very much sort of like yin and yang. They're sitting right next to each other. There's no spinning out of control and out of safety. Okay, well, I hope this is useful to you. It's the first time I'm aware of the Wu-Wei training being publicly explained, what it is. It's a very, very powerful practice. It's a very, very wonderful practice, and I think it's certainly to be compared with Mahamudra Dzogchen of the Tibetan tradition, which I've also studied and that I treasure. It's not at all religious, which is what I personally like about it. Tao Te is not a religion. So the philosophy and practice of Tao is completely independent. Okay, have a good day. Bye-bye.